right, 2018 Ram. Look at what we're doing. So, the issue we had is when you would go to start the truck, it would show the battery symbol, and then when you started, it would say low battery voltage. And when I checked it against like the digital gauge, the gauge would go from 12, 13 up to 14, light would go out. So I'm not sure what that was. We drove the truck all day today, all over the place, and not once did it not want to start. No issues at all. I took the battery in, I got the battery checked, battery was good, which I thought it was because after we drove it all day, I threw the charger on it and the charger was on it a little bit and then it was fully charged. So I'm like, I'm not sure what the issue is. Went to start it again before, same thing, low battery voltage. So checked the connector on the back, make sure that this was tight. Also check, there's two fuses here, and what I did was I bypassed it, so I jumped it from like the stud here over and bypassed the fuse link here. I think it's like a 120 and a 180 amp fuse in there or whatever. Didn't seem to make a difference, so thought, well, I'll take the alternator in and get it tested. Before I took it in, I took it into O'Reilly's. I asked the guy, can you test them? He said, we can test them in the car or we can test them out of the car. And I figured, well, I got it out anyway because I wanted to check everything. So took it in and they put it on the tester. The first time he didn't have the ground on, so he had to like kind of make a clean spot in the alternator to do the ground. Second time he ran the test, it kicked out again, and that time it said fail, and it didn't even spin the alternator. All it did was like the electric, every time I do something the dog has to come in here, and did the just the electric part of the test, and it said it failed. And they're like, wow, that's crazy. And I'm like, well, I don't know, the thing is obviously still charging, but it seems like when I first turned the key on, like there's a dead draw somewhere, and I'm thinking maybe, hopefully, this had something to do with it. So I'm gonna quick throw this in, and we'll see what happens. This is not the road I wanted to go, but it's a remand. This one's a 180 amp. The one that was in the truck was a 160. It's what they had. If you haven't bought an alternator lately, they are really expensive. Like I had a little bit of a sticker shock with this alternator. So, all right, let me get this one put in. All right, so I got the new one in there, or the new reman. I had some big time difficulties. First thing was this plug on here just did not want to go on. And then once I got it on, I couldn't get the thing back off. Well, that's because it must have, I don't know, something wasn't quite right with the pin on there. So I ended up breaking the pin is broke off on the alternator. The plug or connector is still good. So I just took some zip ties to hold it on there. That should be fine. We've used to do that in the auto garage all the time. And then the other issue I had was with the main stud on the back. There's a plastic bushing that this cover clips on, and I could not get the connector in there. And the connector is like a ring terminal, but it has two legs on it, or 2 feet, and it ended up breaking that plastic connector. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is supposed to be the right alternator. So then finally I called the parts store back and asked them if they could look at my alternator, and he looked up and he said, nope, that's the right one. He's like, well, I can take that bushing off because there's like a plastic bushing that goes inside to hold that plastic cover on. And that's what it was. It was different, and the nut on the inside, like the nuts they gave me, look like this, and the nut that came out of there was actually a flange nut on mine. Here's a piece of the bushing that broke off. So that's what the difference was. I got the flange nut on there. Those 2 legs actually rest on that flange, and that's what prevents it from breaking off that plastic bushing, I guess. I don't know. And I did it without my alternator at home. When I took it in and got it tested, They just kept it as the core, and then I got this one, so I didn't get to like look at both. I just kind of assumed, which you never should do, especially with auto parts. So I'm gonna get this thing buttoned up the rest of the way, and then we'll take a look at it, and hopefully this fixed the issue. All right, so I got everything buttoned up. Before I try it here, I'll see if I can insert the short clip that I had of what it was doing. But basically, all right, let's see if we get a battery light here. It looks like we might have one. Yep, battery voltage low. Just had the batteries checked, the battery checked. Everything checked out good. But basically it would throw the battery symbol here, and then the display would say battery low voltage or whatever. So, and that was before you'd even start it. So everything there looks good. All right, no lights. So it's obviously that's what the issue was. And 14 volts is what the charging volt is. The odd thing about it is at idle with the old alternator, this would be going up and down on the right side here, and this would be going between 13 and 14. And I don't know if that's normal or not. I know for a while the lights in the interior would sometimes flicker if they were on and the truck was idling. But even if you were going like road speed, if you're going 55, 60, this thing would always be going up and down. And I always wondered about that. So I just wondered if there wasn't something on its way out. So, all right, other than that, that'll be it for now.